Welcome. You're watching the Hum White Paper Explored. I'm Bree Cahill, Director of Community and Partnerships. Here with me today is Carla Boursoy, our VP of Marketing and Customer Experience. And we have a lot to cover, so we'll just dive right in. So Hum has done quite a bit of research over the years to understand what the Hum community and beyond want from Hum and our product. Carla, maybe you can start with a bit of history, some of the initial studies that Hum conducted to learn more about the Hum community.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting stuff. And literally reading this in the older version of the white paper was one of the things that made me want to come to Hum. The team did this research. We call it the early usability study in the white paper if you're looking for it. It started in December of 2018. And this is where the team just sort of went out and said, we're going to give people early prototypes. We're going to have them play with it. And then we're going to learn about them. And one of the very first things that we learned was that people over 40 were more intrigued by Hum. And we found this by the fact that they had higher net promoter scores. Now, you may be familiar with net promoter. You'll get a survey, an email that's like, how likely are you to recommend this product to a friend? Well, that turns into a score. And while people of all ages were interested in Hum, we found that people over 40 were more interested. So it sort of was the first aha moment of who might be the best part of our community to use this product.
Awesome. Well, and I know you've done a ton of research this year. So maybe you can dig in a little deeper into the research you've done in 2020 and what that says about who might like Hum patches.
Yeah, so we've done three really big pieces of research that try to answer this question. Two of them kind of march together. So we reached out to our newsletter community and we did a survey of people in that community. And then behind the scenes, we reached out to about 7 people for our diary study where we kind of checked in with them over the course of a week to see how often they were interested in using the Hum patches. And between these two pieces of research, we found some really interesting stuff. One is our audience is amazingly interested people and interesting people. So they are out there, they've got all these hobbies, just really fascinating stuff. We actually wrote a blog post about it because we were so interested in who these people were. So that was one. The second thing that we found was that they tended to have like these really intense jobs. We actually asked a question around heavy thinking. And this included things like reading for work, having to analyze data. And the vast majority of these people had jobs that really included heavy thinking. And then back to that earlier study, we saw it was really this like sweet spot of people 35 to 55. Now, again, you'll see lots of other data in the charts that we have in the white paper that show that people outside of those ages are interested, but that group was particularly interested in the product. And then the last thing that we saw in the diary study, but we didn't ask about in the survey of our newsletter community, was that there was something about having a goal. And we realized we needed to do a little bit more research and we needed to do with people who weren't necessarily members of the Hum community. And we did a blind survey. Again, you'll see this in the white paper called the General Interest Survey. And in this, what we found was, yes, it's definitely this age group. These are still really interesting people. And then here we were able to measure for the first time, how important having a goal was. And what we saw is that people who are interested in Hum are twice as likely to have a big goal in life. So yes, so really a big piece. So now you've got people who have a big goal. They're really interesting people. They have these jobs with like these enormous mental tasks, and yet they have a big goal in life. So that's kind of who Hum is like the perfect product for.
So you've zeroed in on this perfect Hum community, right? Now tell me, what is this Hum community looking to use the Hum patch for?
Yeah, that was one of the last pieces of research we did this year was this qualitative study. And, this built on everything we've done going all the way back to that first usability study. And here what we found is that people want to use Hum for things that satisfy 3 characteristics. So one is it requires focus. So I need to be able to pay attention to this. 2, it needs to be that high cognitive load task, something that just requires a lot of brain power. And last, it needs to be something important. It needs to be related to an important task. And we found that most people ascribe this important task to something they want to do at work. The other key thing that we found people wanted to use the patches for was learning. And the ultimate intersection seems to be learning for work. So whether it's, oh, I need to learn a new computer language, or even something simple like I need to go, learn how to tie a tie on YouTube or whatever it is, like whatever it is, it was this combination of learning for work that was really critical to people. And that's the key thing.
Awesome. So we've really honed in on this key humm community. Thank you for the work you've done to make that possible. And thank you for joining us for the humm white paper explored. You can read the full humm white paper at thinkhumm.com or join us for the rest of this video series.